So welcome back. This is part two where we take a look at the week ahead. Okay, so this week we've got more central bank action, key action at that. We've got the Fed and the ECB. The Fed decision, there's dubs and hawks in that makeup of sort of the voters at the moment, and that's going to be interesting in itself. But I think what's going to really make that decision is going to be sort of the inflationary data that's out this week, especially the CPI. And also, apart from central banks being in action and speakers, we've got quad witching on Friday, where all the futures and stocks, single stocks, etc., they all expire. So again, when you come into the analysis this week, I've already moved across to September because the liquidity is transferring over with rollover already. And then, for the ECB, I think it's a done deal for another 25 basis point hike. That is despite the EU now being in that technical recession. And then of course we've got data surveys and such like, loads of data coming out this week. Now when I'm talking about sort of these data surveys, such as the ZEW, but there's so many different surveys that come out. There's lots in the US as well, and I just wonder how much weight and confidence you can put on these, because as far as I see with these surveys, the responses that come back are often less than 50%. So is that giving you sort of an accurate picture of what's really going on? But out there I'm only talking about the surveys. I'm not talking about data in general. So when we do look at the data this week in the US, obviously it's a big week. We've got CPI, PPI, FOMC. Remember, there's a dot plot this time as well. And of course, take a note of that, because, that is sort of giving you that forward guidance to a degree of what those voters are expecting rates to be in the future. Obviously, it depends on how the economy is doing to whether that's right, but just to see if there's any major changes in that sentiment. Jobless claims, which surprised last week, it was lower. Jobless claims increased. Scratch that. Jobless claims increased, which was a surprise to many. But again, I've just been warning that this is going to start to happen. And with this manufacturing data that's coming out, and as I've said in part one, I just think manufacturing data is sort of really negative at the moment. And unless you start to see a pickup in that, I think that really is telling you the true picture of the economy. I'm going to cover that much more with my macro outlook. And then of course retail sales. So again, we're going to see how consumers are spending, if they're spending. Industrial production, capacity utilization. Again, capacity utilization, if it's above 80 is growth. If it's below that, it's not looking so healthy, but it's got to be sort of 5-6 points below 80 before you really say it's major contraction territory. And then Michigan consumer sentiment. I'm a big fan of what consumers think, because we account for 60 to 70% of an economy. So, what we're thinking and how we're acting in the economy is obviously really important. Okay, in the UK, it's not too much out. We've got average earnings, unemployment data, trade balance, Bank of England, Bailey is speaking, industrial production, manufacturing data. In the EU, we've got ZEW, industrial production, of course the ECB, so again that expectation of a rate hike there, and CPI, so looking at inflation data as well. In Germany, we've got CPI and ZEW. In China, we've got industrial production and retail sales. So, the Chinese data's been pretty poor recently. Let's see if that can start to improve. Although, you know, their imports and exports are down, so I'm not holding out too great on that. It's really going to be about if they start to try and sort of boost the economy with some action. And then in Japan, we've got rate decision. You know, just expect unchanged. It's almost boring and not worth doing at the moment, but they do it, obviously. And then PPI. And then Australia, we've got unemployment, and in New Zealand, GDP. So sort of, yeah, I mean, we've got lots to look forward to this week. It's going to be a big week. It's going to, you know, it's certainly going to have some guidance of where things are heading with both the FOMC, so the Fed effectively, and the ECB both deciding on rates, but also, you know, hopefully giving us just a little inkling of some forward guidance of what their expectations are. You know, you've sort of got rates going up at the same time that the risks of recession. But, you know, as I've said for quite some time, I think at the moment that's acceptable. And it's in part of the central bank's plans, but I'll cover that in the macro part. So just to highlight our services, daily newsletters full of headlines, global news. You can get them either direct from us, or we do post them on LinkedIn as well. And then if you would like to subscribe, we offer fresh daily chart levels, which includes daily pivot points. Then we offer anything from one-day workshops, one-week courses, and also our comprehensive accredited masterclass. So, you know, whatever level you're at, we can help you to improve and, you know, hopefully help you to get where, you know, your goal is when it comes to trading. And then to also help with that, we do trader mentoring. We consult to companies to help them with their exposure on FX and commodities. We provide lots of educational content, individuals, exchanges and brokers. If you're looking for a funded trading account, then check out our partner at Nordic Funder. They offer some great ones there, and of course you know, you've got lots of sort of different parameters that you can add, and there is no time limit, which is really important. One of the reasons, a major reason why we were happy to partner with them. And if you've got any you know, sort of reason to contact us, you'd like maybe a bit more insight, or you'd like to find out more about our courses and such like, then contact us at info@symaxfintech.com or direct to me at chris.tubby@symax-int.com. Now on the 17th, next Saturday, so the 17th of June, I will be in London. If you're around, then there is a traders event going on, Traders Day Live. If you want information, again, just reach out to me and let me know. But you know, it'll be a great day. There's going to be a lot of experts there. I'm doing a presentation. I'm also on a trading panel of experts where we're discussing sort of our journey so far in trading. So it should be a good fun day.